brave one. You were the one, so we all gotta die.
Oh my God.
All right, we're joined by
Welcome by our
motherfucking
guest.
CARA Connors.
Welcome to our guest, CARA
Oh.
Connors.
How is it faking being gay?
Oh God.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Well, I just wanted to get on the pod because I know that you're a big lesbo now. So
Do you believe that she is, or do you think she's faking it?
No, I think she's been a lesbian the whole time. When I
think?
first met her, she was like one of my first comedy friends when I moved to LA, and I don't remember what boyfriend it was. And then it was like,
Okay, no.
she got this.
Because here's the thing, I feel like you came on today just so you guys could flirt on camera.
Oh.
So
No, she's like
God.
engaged.
I'm literally engaged. Yeah.
Okay.
And Harper's
How
an
does it
incel.
feel?
Okay, that's honestly
Harper
kind
is
of
an
true.
incel. How's being engaged?
It's great. I where do I look? I just started looking at the
Okay, stop pretending like you have autism. You're trying to like get your gay. She's
Are
like,
you fucking kidding?
no, because you go, where do I look? Social interactions is pretty hard.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. It's a
my
bit.
you're
It's a
actually
fucking bit.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So it feels great to be engaged. It feels my stomach hurts being here, but I am grateful. I'm actually.
Why does your stomach hurt being here?
I don't know. I just feel like I got
Gassy?
sick all of a sudden.
you did.
No,
Oh.
but I am a fan of the pod. Me and my fiance, we love this pod, and we
Are you
listen.
lying?
did you
No,
hear how
I-
she
we
said
really
fiance?
do.
She's
Yeah,
like
she
trying to
did.
make sure that you actually get
Oh,
it.
I just
Yeah,
said
she
that
did.
Because
to
you
get
know
it on
Gabby's
cam.
closeted, so she might try and scissor.
Well, I've never
I'm
used the word
homophobic.
fiance before. Well, that's good.
Really?
So are most people.
Why don't you use it?
I think it's annoying. I just was using it just to use the like correct term right now, but I think it's really irritating. Have you ever heard someone use the word fiance and not wanted to punch them in the fucking
It is.
face?
Fiance is a horrendous term.
It's disgusting. I
Yeah.
literally, as I said, I was like,
Like, we
I've
get
never
it.
said that.
Oh, okay. So what do you call her? Your girly
My girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
How long have you been engaged for?
I don't know, like
6
2
years.
years.
Are
Are
you
you serious? Okay.
That's what lesbians do. We get engaged and then like
You get engaged right away, right?
we get engaged. Yeah, we got engaged on like our 1 year anniversary, and then
Okay.
we'll get married when we have money and time. So it's gonna be a while.
It'll be
Period.
yeah.
Like we have open mics to go to. I mean, the fifth wall.
Does she do comedy too?
Congratulations.
No, not stand up. And I made her promise me that.
Oh.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
friend's girlfriend just started doing open mics.
I'm not okay with that. No, I really would not be okay with that.
If she started doing comedy,
She
Does
does
she wanna
comedy.
do
She's like a character, like Groundlings person and like music, but she doesn't want to do stand up. And I literally said that to her. I was like, I'm dead serious. Like that is one of my deal breakers. Like if you ever cheat on me and if you ever want to do stand up.
which one do you think is worse?
I
Cheating or
stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up.
I mean, cheating,
can
it's
come
like
back-
people work through it. They go to you read
Yeah,
Esther
yeah.
Perel, like you know. But
that's so true. Esther
right?
Perel, come on. Yeah.
But somebody starts to. I can't be part of a comedy couple. I'm so
Can you
sorry.
imagine?
I can't do it where you get booked on the same lineup.
No,
and-
no, 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 no,
imagine?
no.
I can't imagine. I see it all the time.
Because it's one thing if like you are both in comedy and you meet in stand up,
Right.
but if you're dating somebody and then they're like, I want to do
And
stand up.
then
Fuck
no.
No, no, no.
But even
embar-
doing
haunting.
it, and it's haunting. I know it works for some people. I feel like it's like more often straight couples that do the stand-up couple thing.
I don't know. I don't think I could date a guy who then all of a sudden was like, I want to start doing stand up. I'd go, no, thank you.
No,
No, it's
like
very-
literally
turn
cheat on
off.
me.
it's
Literally
very
cheat on me.
disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
a turn off. Let me do my own thing and like let. Oh my god, a guy saying that to me. I don't
Can you imagine?
any guy. I'm trying, guys starting stand up in general, even if they're not dating me. I'm like,
Wait, because you were married. You were married
Yeah,
to a man
you
at
were
one point in your
famously
life.
married to a man.
Because that's what I
famously
tell
married to a
everyone
man.
about you. They're like, what do we need to know about her? I'm
Yeah.
like, she was sucking dick.
I
Okay.
know that's the thing, and it's like shocking to people that I meet now in my present life. But then it's good. I have like friends like you that come in and make sure that like I can't actually have somebody meet me on a level that where they would just like respect me and accept who I am
No,
now.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
They
no.
have to bring up even though you didn't
We
even
have to,
know
yeah.
me when I was straight, and it's like not even believable to
No,
people.
yeah.
No, but I
It's
can
not
kinda-
believable. No.
I'll show you the pictures with the birdcage veil, honey, and then we'll see.
Whoa.
Did you like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen your wedding pictures. It was lit.
Did you think he was hot? Were you like, yummy, yummy?
No,
Yeah.
but that wasn't personal.
No.
That was
Well,
just
because
like
you wanted to munch.
Yeah, because
right,
you
but
were
I didn't
not-
know. No, I just all guys. I was kind of like, I think that's just how people feel.
Right.
Like I think I truly had the mentality of like a 1940s housewife. I was like, being a woman isn't about pleasure.
Yeah, it's just
and
to serve.
enjoyment.
It's to serve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Congratulations
that was my
on coming
mentality.
out.
Wait, how
Thank
long
you
were
so
y'all
much.
together?
You're so welcome.
We were together like 6 years.
Damn.
We met when I was
Jesus.
20, right after I turned 21.
Okay.
6 years?
Yeah, isn't that a
Damn.
long
So you spent
fucking-
your 20s like in the straight trenches.
Yeah, I did. And like
Yes.
really straight trenches. Like he was a lawyer, older than me. All of our friends were like lawyer couples. And then like my like random friends from like babysitting.
Oh my God.
Why didn't you have kids?
Why didn't we have?
Yeah.
We were going to. No, you know what's actually really dark? We were going to have kids.
Yeah.
Our plan was like, we got married. We moved to Canada. I did my first year of grad school. It was like, I'm going to stop taking birth control after my first year of grad school. And then we're going to try to like get pregnant during the second year because it didn't even fucking matter because then I'm going to go and like have a kid and like do whatever. And then this is the most cursed thing you're going to hear. I started doing stand up in the summer between. And then I was like, I want to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that really scary?
Yeah. And then stand up made you gay.
And then exactly. And then that was the beginning of the end. It did have to come out.
Yeah.
And I was telling jokes. I was like telling jokes. My subconscious was writing jokes like, yeah, like I tell people I have a husband and they're kind of like, what? That's so weird. Like aren't you gay? Like but I truly did not consciously have any thought of that or believe that.
Really?
Wow.
But I was writing jokes.
Not believe that you were
I
gay.
didn't think of that. No.
Wow.
Literally. I know.
Wow.
I know. Wow.
No, her lore goes crazy.
Look at that.
No, the lore
Look at
is wild.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
he works in mysterious ways. I don't know. No, but I truly didn't know. And now looking back, I can think of all the people I crushes on and like shout out to Kim Ray.
Okay.
Shout out to
Kim
Kim my
Ray.
volleyball team when I was like a freshman and I was like,
You played volleyball?
I played a lot of sports.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Volleyball was like the most feminine thing that I did.
And then,
Okay.
so then how did it take you stand up to figure out that you were gay?
I
Well, because she had
know.
to say her thoughts aloud on
Yeah,
stage,
she
and
really
like
had to
it's a
think
very
through, yeah.
reflective thing, and all of a sudden you're
Right.
like,
Maybe I...
I'm always on a delayed response how I feel.
Yeah.
Don't you do it like when you're talking something out to people and then you realize that's how you feel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like actively processing.
Yeah.
you have to take things to the peanut gallery in order to like understand what's going on.
Now, here's
Yeah.
my favorite question that I've never asked anybody on this podcast, but
This
now
your
I need to ask.
favorite question.
What are you medicated?
Yes, of
What are you
course.
on? Okay,
oh my
yeah.
God.
No, you
I
can
was
tell
actually
she's medicated. She has those sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
What for light sensitivity?
You pretend to have autism. I
She
know your
literally
ass.
thinks that- You have that joke about autistic people, which is like the funniest fucking joke.
I know.
I love that joke. I
Wait,
was thinking
shout
about it
out
last
to
night.
you have a new comedy special out, Straight for Pay, and it was just written
Yes.
up by the New York Times.
I can't believe
Bitch.
it.
Wow.
I started.
You really did.
Did you pay somebody?
No,
to-
I really didn't. No,
They picked it up and they
they
said,
did. No, you know what it is? I have been cold emailing people for years.
No.
I do it for bookers in LA. Like
Really?
people will be like, have you ever done like whatever? I'm not going to say the shows. You should really do this stand-up show. And I'm like, yeah. And then I go in, I find the email and I go in and I'm like, oh, I've sent them 8 emails
It's
in the
so
last 5 years.
funny.
No response. So I do that to like journalists, like all these people. So I had like sent them something about my album. And then I was like, fuck it, whatever. Like they're not gonna like find it. Nobody is gonna come and be like, oh my God, we have to hear about your special. So I literally was like, whatever, I don't fuck. I have no like, there's nothing left. Like I'm like, may as well. So I sent email and I sent it to them. And I was just like, hey, like, yeah, this is like what I've been up to. This is if you want to check it out. And then I got like, I like saw it pop up and then I was like, oh my fucking God.
wow.
That's
Yeah,
so
so I didn't
special.
pay anybody. I
Emailing
wish.
paid off.
If I could pay somebody, of course. Oh my God, I can't afford a fucking publicist or any of that shit. It's like thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Wait, but that's so
Thousands.
impressive.
Yeah.
They really did pay attention.
Yeah, I guess
So
so.
it fucking pays off.
So it did fucking pay off. But
Wow.
yeah, it's like you have to do just like years of literally
Shamelessly
journal
putting-
entries. Like I'm literally like reading it. I'm like,
Hey guys,
I'm
me
responding
again.
to these emails as though there's a response in between.
Oh my God, like a
But it's
reply
like,
guy.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, like, so hope this finds you doing well. I just wanted to give you an update on what's been up. It's like, bitch, nobody's asking for the update and we haven't responded to any of
It's literally Eminem's Stan.
It's crazy.
It's-
Yeah. Yeah. So it pays off. So it's like, I'm like talking into the
Into the
fucking
void.
Into
But
the
it did
void.
pay
Yeah,
off because now
hey.
your ass is in the fucking New York
Well,
Times.
there you
bitch.
go.
Look at you.
There you go.
Look at you.
There you go.
Literally.
All right, let's end it there.
Yeah.
And-
And
oh,
thank
what
you
med-
so much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait. What meds are you on? And
Okay, I was actually going to ask you guys that because that's my favorite question to ask people now. And then
it's my favorite question.
it weeds people out too if they don't. If they're
Absolutely.
like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, I'll take Advil for a headache. I'm like, I can't talk to you if not like
okay,
lived
because
a life.
you're like you have ADHD.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm on Vyvanse.
Okay, how many
'cause I'm
milligrams?
trying to get on it again because my psychiatrist,
Yeah.
all my fucking health insurance went
Yes.
haywire. They will not prescribe it to me, and I'm like,
Oh.
Her
you
new
guys.
her new doctor
off.
office is in a methadone clinic. So
Oh.
I'm going crazy.
Are you a Medicaid girly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I use? Do you know what I use? Not sponsored,
No.
but for the ADHD stuff, I use Done ADHD. So that's like one of these like subscription services.
Shut up.
So it's like $80 a month. First, you
Shut
have to
the
like pay
fuck
for
up.
the assessment, and then that's easy to prove. I'm like, I've had it for like however many years.
I
And then
literally have a
it's-
whole
yeah.
assessment from a fucking neuroscientist
Yes, so
who was
I
like,
would do
"You're
done
basi-
ADHD, and that's $80 a month. That sucks, but then Medi-Cal will cover the actual prescription when it goes
Shut
through.
the fuck
Okay.
up. And
Yeah.
you get the prescriptions
Yes.
through this website?
Yes, and I'm the prescription, and then I'm not paying for it because of Medicaid.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm serious. I'll help
So
you.
she's a
So
hustler.
good to know because,
Yeah.
dude, my new
It's horrible.
psychiatrist that's through fucking like LA
Yeah.
Care, they're like, we don't
Oh,
like to
God.
prescribe controlled substances. And I'm like, I've been on this shit
No,
my
it's
whole
a
life.
nightmare.
Like, I need.
Oh yeah, good. I mean, even there was like shortages for the last like 6 months or a year. There was all these
Yeah.
like crazy shortages. So I would be like I'm like calling fucking Walgreens. I was crying.
And you feel like a fucking drug
Yeah,
addict.
I'm literally crying.
Not
and,
crying.
and yes, because I'm like dying. Because it's
You
like
can't fucking
I can't function.
I
No,
can't function
yeah.
either.
I
I'm
barely
losing my
can.
mind.
Yeah, I can't even do like a basic thing.
Me, okay,
Yeah.
I've been off it for like a month and a half,
Yeah.
and I'm like really feeling it now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I can't, like my life, I'm watching my
Yes.
life like crumble around me.
No, we'll get you set up. You can literally make an appointment, and like you'll be able to get an appointment like tomorrow.
What?
And then they'll hook you up.
What milligram are you on?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Like whatever. I feel like 75 maybe.
a Vyvanse?
60?
Damn, bitch.
Wait, you're on 75
I don't
milligrams
know.
of
Is that
Vyvanse?
what I don't know. I don't know. Because I've also switched several times when there was the shortage. Then they were giving me like Adderall, Ritalin. They were giving
Oh,
me like
God.
the
I
different
can't do Adderall. Adderall's
quantities.
too
They were
much.
doing like, oh, well, like the 60s. So we'll give you
Yeah.
like 4. I don't know. So I don't actually know.
Huh.
That might not be
Okay.
accurate.
Do you take it every day?
Yes.
So my biggest thing is like, how the fuck do you do it on, like with stand up? Because whenever I take Vyvanse and I do comedy, it's like a nightmare.
What do you mean?
I cannot.
She goes into like,
I shut down.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
I have to take it on days where I know I don't have a show. Because if I'm on it when I have a show, I like
Oh.
hyper fixate on it. Like it's not funny.
So it
But it
makes you
doesn't
feel
fuck-
like emotionally more flat.
flat,
Yeah, it
very
flattens me
flat.
out. It
Maybe
flattens me
it's
out
the
big time.
dosage then.
I was on
Right?
the lowest dosage.
Whoa.
10.
So you're Oh, okay. Then I'm definitely not on 75. I don't fucking know.
I think you.
I don't know. I don't think I'm on 70. I don't even know.
You might be though. I mean, I think the highest.
some people
it goes
have
to
different
is-
sensitivity. Like my ex-girlfriend was on like 75 or
Yeah.
some shit.
I don't remember though. Yeah, because I've like switched it so many times. But that's interesting. I feel like I don't actually like. I definitely feel it if I'm not taking it. But then like I a lot of times feel like, oh, I wish that like there was more that could be like done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't actually feel like enough.
Yeah.
But with the stand-up side of it, yeah, that's interesting. The emotionally like,
Yeah.
damn, that sucks.
You take it every day.
But I definitely, I like definitely take it
Yeah.
every
You
day.
gotta-
I,
you
like,
gotta see
have
left.
to.
I'm having
Do you
a
take
hard
any
time
other
functioning.
medicines?
Yeah, I take I don't know if it's the generic or I take like Effexor. It's like an SNRI.
Okay.
So it's
Is
like
it
a
antidepressant?
antidepressant,
Effects
anti-anxiety,
Yeah,
like
okay.
one of those like yes,
I'm a
that's my
Lexapro
combo.
guy.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Lexapro never did it for me. I loved Wellbutrin.
I liked Wellbutrin too.
I liked Wellbutrin.
But when they put me back on Vyvanse, they took away my Wellbutrin. They
Oh,
they
what?
said-
The psych did?
yeah. Because they were like, you don't need it. You don't need both. And I was like, okay.
But
they're like,
they
this-
treat completely different things.
and here's the thing.
Okay, it seems like you should be her psych.
I
And you
literally
honestly should, because what the fuck is going on over
well,
there?
I do have a bachelor. I do want to say that I have a bachelor's in psychology, and
Do you
I don't
actually?
talk about that a lot. Yeah,
No, she's not
And-
smart.
No,
bachelor's
That's
in
not
psychology?
impressive. No, I wanted to be a psychologist. I was like, I was like, first I wanted to be a
Look at
therapist.
you.
I was gonna get an MSW, and then I was fully like after undergrad gonna get like go on the clinical psych route and wanted to be
Wow.
like a psychologist.
It's interesting. I feel like that makes sense for a comedian too. To
I feel like
Thinking
a lot
about
of
people.
comics
Yeah.
say this.
yeah.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
that topic. Well, it's like, because that's why I'm obsessed. You guys too, right? Like true crime docs, all these fucking
Yeah.
pods. Like, I love reading memoirs about like the most
Love memoirs.
horrifying shit. Because I love like I'm like, how does this happen? How do you get like that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with
very
people?
I think a
Fascinating.
lot about
Mhm.
people's like emotional states,
Mhm.
how they function, why they function the way that they do. I listen to a lot of podcasts on
Yeah.
like self-help and
Yeah.
like psychology
Totally.
podcasts and
Yeah, because we all have trauma too.
yeah.
And that's why we're medicated and doing all these things. And then the people that are causing the trauma are having brunch right now up the street
Isn't
and
that
are
right?
not
Yeah.
on any
And isn't that right?
and not seeing any therapists.
Yeah.
And they're fucking vibing.
Yeah, and they are vibing.
And then we're here with our fucking highlighters out trying to figure out if we have complex PTSD. What is my attachment style? Have I earned secure attachment?
Yeah, and the people that have the trauma that cause the trauma
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
They don't even fucking know. They're literally chilling.
They're sitting around fisting themselves.
Yeah, and they're numb. They're numb.
Yeah, and they're not. And I wish I
They
was
don't
like
need
that.
meds. I know, but you don't.
Well, maybe I do.
Oh, maybe. I mean, it does seem like they are like happier. A lot of these people.
See, that's the thing. That's the
I
thing.
don't know.
Then I look at my mother who needs she's medicated and
Is
is
she?
in therapy and
Okay.
Oh, your mom's in therapy?
she's been on and off her whole life.
Okay. My mom goes, I've been to therapy,
Yeah,
sweetie.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
Our mom's generations cannot handle therapy.
How's your
They-
relationship with your mom?
I don't have a relationship with my mom.
Look at that.
I haven't talked to her in like 11 years.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
3.
Do they talk to her?
I don't talk to any of them. I'm completely estranged from my
Really?
like family of origin. if you will.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got out when I was like, I don't even know. I can't even do fucking. But I haven't talked to them in like a long time. Like pretty much after I
Wow.
graduated college.
Do you?
Because they're literally the definition of toxic and
Okay.
horrible. And so I was like, I like had a come to Jesus moment before I realized I was gay. And I was like, and that's the other thing too, just as a sidebar that pissed me off. So a lot of times people will assume I don't really talk about my family that much because there's not really anything to say that's good. But like, well, sorry, those are the facts. But those are the facts of the case, Your Honor.
Yep.
But like, I'll tell people that I like don't have a relationship with my family, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's because you're gay," and I'm like, "No, actually, bitch, this one's not on me.
yeah.
Actually, no, it's not because I'm gay. Imagine,
Are they religious?
Imagine
Catholic,
they're
no?
like fake. Yeah, like my
Okay.
like my mom was like raised like Irish Catholic. My dad's
Okay.
like Greek Orthodox. He goes on like Greek Easter and like smokes the cigarettes outside of the church. I don't know if
Okay.
that's religious, but
Okay.
It's
Greek
okay.
Orthodox,
yeah,
okay.
no, I was like, I have to like if I'm gonna like literally save myself, like I
You
cannot.
gotta go.
Yeah,
Gotta
they're
go.
And you
so
know the
they're
trauma's
outie.
real when like they hated you when you were straight. That's
Oh
like
my-
legit.
Oh, that's
Wow,
real.
that's so
oh
true.
yeah.
Are
oh
your,
yeah,
are
for a
your
long
parents
time.
still together?
Yeah, that's the really scary part too.
Wow.
Isn't that
Yeah.
weird?
So you don't
Sweetie,
talk
I
to your
didn't know
dad either.
that.
You don't talk
No,
to
no.
anybody in your
No.
Wow.
No. Yeah.
Wow. Because you do. You have to sometimes estrange yourself from your own family in order to get clarity on your own life. And it's really scary and it's scary and hard.
It's really
Mhm.
scary. Yeah. And just to like survive. But yeah, it was just like, I can't fucking do that. Like, I've just
Yeah.
been on my own since I was like literally 18 or 19. I'm like, I can't fucking do this anymore.
They don't
dude.
ever try to reach out to you?
They in the first like year or two, they kind of tried all of these like literal textbook, like narcissistic, these techniques where it would be like trying to like guilt or manipulate, or your child, the dog is dying, or then it'd be like,
Right.
your mother's gonna kill herself if you don't respond. And then it would be like,
Uh-huh.
I went to Costco and I bought the popcorn. And I'm like, who the speaking
Yeah.
of one-sided.
Yeah.
So that was for like 6 months. And
Once
then
I'm
like, yeah.
sending emails
And
to
then
nobody.
Yeah. And it's like cease
You
and
said,
desist.
I like that
Yeah.
technique. Let me take it to comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me take it to
Thanks,
the
Mom.
New York
I'm like, wow,
Times.
powerful.
Salutations.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so it's been a long time, and I like definitely like
Wow.
am so fucking glad.
11
Obviously.
years.
Yeah.
No contact.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember you first telling me this, like when we
Mhm.
first met, and I was just like amazed. I was like, wait, what? And I remember I had you like walk me through all the details,
Mhm.
and like it still will never not be so, I want to say impressive.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's hard. It's definitely like
Yeah.
one of the hardest things I've ever done in my
No, of
life. But also,
course.
like,
Yeah.
I literally don't think that I wouldn't have been able to have a life. Like, it was literally just like,
Mm-hmm.
I have to fucking do this. Like, sometimes if people are like, why would I have you in my, like, if people
Yeah.
are just like abusive and horrible, like, get the fuck away from me, bitch.
That's the hard thing too about families, because I think that, societally we're so pressured to like, well, your
Mhm.
family's your family. You have to love your
Totally.
family. And it's like, I don't know, do you?
But
Well,
it's
yeah,
also like
because-
it's like brainwashing though too. Yeah.
it is.
Because love is supposed to be the glue, ideally, but usually it's guilt is the thing
Yes.
that's
Yeah. I'm,
Yeah.
keeping it all
I'm,
together.
I'm like 4 months. I haven't spoken to my mom since Christmas, and
Uh-huh.
it's like it's the longest I've ever gone without having a relationship with her. And we were like super codependent,
Mhm.
and it's painful. Like
Yeah.
every day, I'm like, I wish I could call her and talk to her. Like,
Totally.
but I'm like, no. As soon as I do, I know I need the space.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah.
myself well.
Because you can get like just like sucked back in with like
It breaks
their
me. Breaks
with
me
their
like that.
bullshit. Yeah, because if
Yeah.
they're not like matching the healing like at all, it's not gonna happen.
And she's pulling those tactics now.
Right.
She's like, she had her friend call me and be like,
Oh,
she's going
yeah.
into surgery. And
That's
then,
called a flying monkey.
What?
Yes! My
a
AA sponsor said that.
They're like a
My AA
narcissist
sponsor
thing.
said that.
It's called flying monkey. It's like sometimes like people that have like narcissistic traits or codependent. It's all these different things. Not like judging your mom. I don't know anything, but I mean, I'm on your side. I don't care about her, but well, I am. I'm sorry, but
she has a degree in psychology.
yeah,
sweetie.
thank you. But like flying monkey is like sometimes people will kind of like they'll send in another person
Yes.
in the family to try to make you guilty.
Yes.
Yes. So they'll send in the aunt or they'll get your cousin and they'll be like, yeah, I just talked to your mom or I ran into her and like she was so nice, but she was so sad because she really this and this and this.
Textbook.
And they will manipulate the other person.
Yes. Yes. And so my mom's friend called me and she was
Yeah.
like, I know that you guys aren't speaking right now, but she's, you know, going into surgery and she's really, and I was like, fuck, that's so scary. So then I was like, I sent her a text and I was like, hey, I hope you're well.
Right.
And then she was like, I would really love to resume our relationship. And then I just didn't respond. And then she like came back with another thing a couple weeks later. And then
It's it's literally a manipulative.
is sending me like the other day she sent me an email with like a link to like a cat video. I didn't respond.
Right.
Then she I talked to my dad the other day and he said that she thinks that I'm on drugs.
Oh God.
And she's worried and she said, I know that she's not having a relationship with me right now because she's on drugs.
Oh God.
I'm not.
No, but
it's
that's
like if
what
you're
they'll
worried about
do,
that, why
but-
are you not calling me?
But that's what they're good. That like the only thing that will help me is like reading and learning about these things because then I'm like, oh, it's so predictable.
Yes.
It's like if you learn about like any of these topics, like in domestic violence situations, like people, they behave in very predictable ways.
Yes.
So like just as a parallel example. So that's what helped me because it's just like, oh, you're literally so fucking predictable. Like did you read the Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents?
No.
That'll be a good one for both of you. That's your homework.
See, as you guys are talking about this, like, I don't know, I started like kind of shutting down a little bit because like honestly, these tactics, they do work on me. Like I'll go
They're
through
effective.
like,
Of course they work.
They work, and yeah.
No, they're meant to. That's the, of course, like, it's not your fault. Like that and a lot of times it's hard too. Cause then you're like, well, like, but maybe they don't even know that they're doing that. And they're doing it on autopilot because of their own. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm sure that Jeffrey Dahmer has a sob story too, but you know what? Too fucking bad. Like you have to take some accountability at some fucking point.
It's exactly
you can't just go around like exploding on all these people and doing anything that you, but sometimes people do just whatever you can to elicit a reaction or a response.
And
they're not going to get a positive response.
And she doesn't know. My mom doesn't know that she's doing that. And what bothers me is like in the time that we haven't spoken, she hasn't tried to call me once. Right. She hasn't. Right. She's done these like weird things where she sent the flying monkey, has sent me the texts or has sent me like emails of links to things. And if she is so concerned about my well-being and thinks that I'm on drugs, why hasn't she tried to
because that's
me?
not what it is actually about.
Well, of course not. It's not
bullshit.
Genuine concern.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's,
maybe
that's
in her way it is genuine, but it's not effective or healthy.
But why is she talking to other people? Yeah, it's like she's saying other people because she's trying to elicit their sympathy and their attention and I had an aunt come up to me at like a wedding who I also hadn't seen like many of them in many years. And then she came up to me and she was like, hey, your mom said, her door's open if you're, I'm like,
yes,
I don't fucking care.
Yes.
I was like, you can tell that bitch, keep my name out of your fucking mouth.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
Bitch.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, oh, my door's open. Oh, good to know. I don't fuck you.
Mommy.
I'm literally going to be like Waterboy. Like, that's the only moment I can imagine, at the end of Waterboy when like he like becomes the NFL guy and then his dad shows up. He's like, Mickey, it's me, your daddy. And then he's like, and just like that would be me. Like that. Like that. And then I would call the police, like ACAB, but the only people I would call the police on, like if I saw my parents within like a 200-foot radius, I would be like, hey, all cops are bastards. Yeah, but I need to report fucking. And then that's it. And then I would lay them out. And then, I don't know, hopefully TMZ would be there at that point.
And they would be.
Yeah.
And they would be.
And they literally would be.
Yeah.
With that special that's out,
That's
TMZ's
right,
going to be there.
Honey.
New York Times.
And there it is.
Football, second career?
Oh,
Women's professional football league. I still claim I'm straight. I literally I'm a linebacker for the Bears. I become an MMA cage fighter. I'm like, I'm literally straight.
I'm literally out.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So anyway, but yeah, that's your homework.
Yeah.
Don't disassociate. It's okay. We can like debrief. You're fine.
Okay.
You're doing fine.
Well, on the bright side, my brother and I have gotten really close because he's in his, he barely talks to them now. He'll like text them.
Okay.
He doesn't pick up their calls at all. I can go about 9 days without talking to my mom, and then I cave.
They're
and
together,
then I
right? Your parents?
No, honey. So yeah, we haven't caught up yet. So
okay.
they got divorced in Well, so some shit came out on Christmas Day. Okay. They ended up getting a divorce.
Did they get divorced? I thought they were just separated.
Well, yeah, they're like not together anymore. Okay. And so like my dad is with his new girlfriend. Oh, God. Who is he had an affair on the woman he was having an affair on. So don't worry about that. And so this woman that is now his girlfriend.
Can I guess?
Yeah, take a guess.
Does she have a kid with not like she's a single mom and she's under 35?
Okay, so love that. It's actually his high school. It's his high school girlfriend. Whoa! And she has a PhD in family dynamics.
Oh, that is not what I was expecting.
She teaches up in Sacramento. So my dad's always totally up in Sacramento, wrong. And my mom's always in Arizona now.
Oh, what is she doing in Arizona? Oh, she's going.
Her mom's sick.
Oh, my grandma's sick. Let's change the subject. It's kind
of anyways, scootily doody.
And then I don't want to hear about that. No,
so then I start feeling. But see, like then I start feeling so guilty because then I was like, well, she needs someone, so like I need to be there. And then like
no,
but you're also
they create their own hell.
Wait, when did you give birth to her?
Oh my God!
Oh right, so she's your mom. I forgot.
True. When did you give birth to her? I have to remind myself with my mom. I'm like, when did I? Oh, right.
Oh, right.
But see, the gaslighting goes crazy because then after like one conversation with her, I'm like, well, obviously I'm pissed off, but then I'm also like, wow, okay, so I am a villainous, like vile piece of shit. Like, okay, here we go.
But this is what they do. This is why you have to keep yourself estranged from them because it gives you
when they're a master of the craft, and like when she's kind of like an artist in a way. So like I have to respect the art. And
it is beautiful to observe. It's simply it's fascinating to see like how they are able to like kind of create these like fantasies and these like storylines, and I mean it's like all the people that are like Trump supporters and all these things, you know, it's like they kind of have this
our
like,
entire fan base is Trump supporting.
Oh my God.
And they're on meth.
Wait, but I'm a fan.
Okay, yeah, so when did you
and they're on meth.
Super conservative.
No, like literally they're all on meth. They're all poly and
oh God, I can't with the poly.
Yeah. No, we were talking about that last episode.
It's really something else.
But to be fair, you do have a poly energy.
I know, and a lot of people have said that.
I do. They, them
and
energy.
Of course, yeah, okay. Throws in the they them. I like that you're talking about it's like completely separate, and then you're like, yeah, you do have a big poly they them. Harper tells me I'm autistic because I literally did.
No, you were pretending to be autistic.
Instructions. You gave me no instructions. Where to look, where to talk, what to do.
You actually should be facing the curtain.
I don't fucking know where I'm in West. I'm like, I don't even fucking know where I am right now. I'm in a junk.
Your dad
I feel like I'm in the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, and we kind of are.
And honestly, since you're so so here's what it is. Here's what it isn't.
Oh,
welcome
God.
to hell.
Ugh.
This theme is psych ward, which is really on brand with what we're talking about because I think all of us have been really close to going at least one point. You look like you frequent.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say no, I haven't, but I'm actually here to. I thought I was here to do Harper's treatment plan.
And you could be.
What
would you diagnose her with? You studied psychology. What would you diagnose?
She gets off on this because she's always trying to tell me that I have BPD.
Oh no, I don't think that. I think that you could have had BPD had you like it could have gone down.
Not
that
moved
road,
out at 18.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that we all could have been on that track. What would I diagnose Harper with?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've already been diagnosed. I'm going to say, the obvious ones.
I'm getting pissed off.
Well, I haven't even said anything. She's getting pissed off. Yeah. I don't think you have a personality disorder. I think that you definitely have depression. I think you definitely have anxiety. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a strain of some like obsessive compulsive stuff in there. I'm sure you have complex PTSD. And then that's kind of like manifesting itself in different ways. Mm-hmm. And then of course you're probably like a healing people pleaser who's like coming through that side of things. I don't know how real I think I think that you probably have a parent with like an addiction issue.
Mm-hmm. Would you say the same thing for me?
What's my diagnosis of you?
Yeah.
You have more of I think you probably are also have some depression, some anxiety. You've got some learning disability shit, some self-esteem stuff.
Dang.
Like a defiant streak, but then you're like really sensitive. So I don't know what that diagnosis is. I think that's just like
immaturity.
I don't think you don't strike me as immature.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like you have more like like you don't think that highly of yourself sometimes.
Right.
But I don't think that that's how you're coming across. It's not how you come across.
Defiant.
Well, I think you have a defiant streak probably as a way to like maybe separate your identity or something from these people that are like projecting shit onto your whole life. So then you're like, fuck you, bitch. But then you own it and you're confident and like your stand up is so like, that's the defiant in a good way, like a truth teller. Wow. All of us, because we do stand up.
Wow, yeah.
Right? Especially you guys' style of stand up. And that's what I'm aspiring to do, is to become more vulnerable and actually like talking about the real shit. And that's how I felt.
I feel like you do in your special.
I feel like you're much, and I'm not saying this to like literally shit on myself, you're a much funnier comic than I am.
That's not what we're seeing. That's the low self-esteem.
That is the low self-esteem. No, she'd be doing this. She'd be doing this.
Because I watch your comedy and I'm like, she's so funny. You're so
funny and so confident and quick-witted on stage.
So funny, bitch.
Okay,
I think we have snail trails, but
no, I think that. But what I'm just saying that I think the defined thing is the truth teller thing, and that's what I see with both of you. But like when you talk about like your family stuff on stage, and you talk about like shit, it's like people are not saying that stuff. That's why this pod is so funny. That's why me and Maddie look at the clips and stuff, because you guys are saying the stuff that people are thinking, or they're not even realizing that's happening, and then you're naming it, and then that's funny. But you're doing it on like a deep, like real level. Like, because regular stand-up, it's like people come on stage, it's like if you want to actually make people laugh at a basic show, like if I walked in and this was a stand-up room, all I would have to do is just be like, oh, I guess Michael's had a sale on the fake plants, and I would get an applause break, right?
Okay, you got me with that. That's really funny. I never would have thought of that.
I'm just saying, like, it's like naming things that's obvious. So that's why, like, if you're at a show, someone coughs or they break a glass, and all you have to do is the most dumbass basic thing, like, Oppa! And then everyone's like, ah! Because no one is saying this basic ass thing. So then when you guys start saying, like, real things about, like, your fucking crazy uncle and these like crazy stories, and then people are like, I can't believe they're naming that, because you're like, oh my God, everybody thinks that they're a disgusting animal. Everybody thinks that their family is psychotic.
Everybody thinks that they're a disgusting animal.
I think so.
You think?
Do you think that about yourself? And some don't you have points?
I think that about myself, but I don't know if everybody thinks that about themselves.
I think if they had awareness, they would realize.
But I think a lot of people are not self-aware.
Like, most people are not.
You go perform for the people out in like Venice. Those people don't seem to be thinking that.
No,
like a bunch of people with like,
surface.
if you have good childhoods, you go and like move to like the like as far into the coast you can be.
It's funny to perform out there though, like that. Like I've only done a few times when I'll do like Ellen's show in Venice, and I fucking love it because I just go in on those guys because they're all like hot and chill and they're out and they're whatever. And then some of the comics I see people kind of like funny and they just kind of like start to melt down. They kind of like, because they're like, oh my God, they don't like me, because they're looking at them and thinking like the popular kids in their high school.
That's exactly what it is.
Didn't accept them. And then I go up there and I'm like, fuck you. Like you just start calling them like, what this fuck? Oh, we're worried about what this loser thinks. And then we all start to rally and bully them. And then it's,
there we go.
You have to reverse it.
I had a show in Venice last night. It was that kind of audience.
But I'm telling you, go in, like make fun of, they live for it.
I'm not good at it. I'm too self-conscious.
You are though.
Yes,
you just have to put that on. Just whatever, like fake it. Like
I don't know how to roast people because I get so in my head.
I've literally seen you do it.
I get mean though. I don't know how to like.
No. I know what you're saying. No, I mean not even roasting, but more just like, I don't know, like. I think that there's this like thing where they like respect that I'm not trying to, you think I fucking care what you think? Like, you're not living a real life. I'm like, okay, 45-year-old on the longboard, have a good day. Like,
so funny.
But see, that's why you're a powerful bitch.
That's so
and we
funny.
respect you.
I would have thought of that. That's
Thank
so funny.
you, but I barely do it.
Myself.
Yeah.
So that's so funny.
I should perform more there. I like to perform in these spaces where it's all these just like, they, thems on the spectrum, so inward, barely laughing, the hardest, meanest audiences to me, like exactly my people, because they're like, they have such a high standard, because they're like, bitch, you better represent us well. Then I go to Minnesota, and then I feel like a fucking king, because I'm talking to like normal people, and they're like, oh, you're funny. I'm like, oh, good, because the audiences come see me here.
Because the autists in fucking Glendale.
They don't even laugh. They're all in fight or flight response. I'm like,
okay, I will never forget the time where you were like, okay, I'm about to work on this new joke. And I was like, okay. And I forget exactly what it was. And I'm not telling this to be, okay, I forget what exactly the joke was, but I remember that I was holding I was like recording it for you. And I was dying of fucking laughter. And you were selling it and you were like going off. And it was not only like a personal story, but like you had like so many punchlines riddled throughout the thing. And then... And then the audience was just like staring at you like this, and I was just like, "Fuck you!"
No, but it makes you strong.
It does.
And hosting. That's why I do my show. Like that's what that was like the best stand-up advice I got when I first started. My friend was like, "Start your own show.
Yeah,
start your own show because it will make you so strong. Because when you're hosting, they don't consider you a comic.
That's true.
They hate you.
They hate you. They do.
They literally hate you.
They
I'm
hate
like, bitch, you get up here.
Yeah,
I know. Fucking eating mac and cheese, French onion soup. Get away from me. I can't. Everybody's always ordering the nastiest things. They're with their ugly ass boyfriend wearing skinny jeans, and then they're giving me attitude. No, this is not at my show. People at my show don't wear skinny jeans, but
no, they don't. It's very
people
bad.
at your show don't have boyfriends.
No, they definitely don't. Well, they might have like 5 or in the polycule.
Right. Yeah, there might be a straight that like slips in, but everyone's LGBT on those.
Or they're certainly thinking about it.
Right. Yeah.
And very much certainly thinking about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. So it's but like hosting does, I think that's like what has made me stronger. It makes you numb at a certain point because you are just like, they literally do not consider you a comedian. Yeah. They're not really listening.
They consider a comedian when I'm hosting.
Cold.
Wait,
yeah.
They literally do. Also, this was so, okay, one time I heard some fucking girl in an audience being like, yeah, they're just like magicians. And I'll never forget that. This was like 8 years ago. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, our roommate Kate and I went to the Magic Castle the other night. Oh. And we saw these magicians. And there was this one guy, he's like, yeah, bet you can't do this on the road. Scoot doo. And then just like pulled some shit out of his pocket. And I was like, oh no. And then he was doing crowd. And then one of them was legit a Trump supporter. He's like, yeah, a bunch of Biden lovers, right? Anyways, watch this dog disappear. He's like, just like the election. And I was like, oh. And they were doing all these bits. And I was like, oh no, we are so like bad. Magicians.
Yeah. No, we're not. No, we are not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we are not.
Kara, like,
because
magicians.
You do magic in your set. You turn
I do not do magic in my
Yeah, she's a prop
You turned
comic.
people gay. You turned people gay. You turned me gay. So honestly.
Okay. Well, that's
it's
not
true.
magic, honey. That was holding up a mirror. But no, we are not magicians. The Magic Castle is so triggering though.
Why?
The magic, because I was just there a few weeks ago.
Oh shit.
That's one of the scary
it legit is scary.
How do I get in there? I need to go. I
can get you in, but I won't be going with you. I'll tell you that.
Can you get me in? I want to go on a date with the guy I'm dating there.
I have a friend. Okay, I went twice. I have a friend who is like one of the only female magicians.
Fun.
And she's actually like so incredible. Her name is Kristen Lambert, and she's like a mentalist. And like, I actually truly believe that she does have. I actually don't think she's like a performer. Like, I actually think she's like a wizard.
There's some like
really?
She's like Kara, I'm not kidding. Some of the magic I was seeing at Magic Castle,
does like mind reading stuff.
It was giving Harry Potter. I'm not. It was fucking crazy. Yes. And there was a 16-year-old, and he's like, I'm the youngest magician at this castle right now. And then we were like, oh, okay. And then the magic he was doing, and then he was like gagging Kate, and he's like, all right, a 5-year-old can figure this out. And I was like, oh, not you dog walking her.
Wow.
And then, but he like had the. I was like, okay, this is crazy.
But she doesn't do like card tricks. She like literally is like reading people. She's like kind of like a psychic, and like she's very like attuned. She's like in touch with like
I gotta go see this
emotions in the spirit world. So that's how we got in. But then I was like excited to see her show, and then I've seen other shows there where it's literally like the guy taking the bowler hat off, and then there's a bunny rabbit, and then he's got like Chuck E. Cheese balls that he's pulling out of his sleeve, and people are losing it.
I would be losing it.
Yeah, and
I would be losing it.
I know, but that's what sucks. And then we're sitting here like writing these like working on like this tiny like for years,
like a joke about like
and trying to get the timing
people don't
right.
Even care.
Yeah.
Oh no, people don't give a fuck.
They're just drunk and like throwing up in the audience, and you've been working on this.
Because if you really wanted to get on like a douchebag shit, like comedy is like magic in the sense where like everything has to align just right for like the laugh to hit, and then they're over here like, have you ever seen a rabbit come out of a pussy? And you're like, oh.
There are parallels. I'm willing to admit that, but it is. I am like. I am so like, it's like somebody telling me I'm a DJ. I'm like, oh, get away from me. So, but it's because it's all about like getting their attention over here and then like surprising them. But we're playing more with like
bait and switch,
right? But we're playing more with like emotions and like tension, I think, versus like actual like sleight of hand. But anyway, the Magic Castle is cursed, and the last
no, it's so cursed.
I need to get in there.
The last time a girl threw up on our friend's back, Mateen. We heard this noise, and we were like, what the fuck? We're watching the Trump magician. We're like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, like the guy like leans forward in between Mateen and I. He's like, I'm so fucking sorry. And then gets up. We're like, okay, what?
So gross.
And then when we're walking out, this woman's like, oh, you got barf on your back. And we're like, wait, what? And this girl threw up on us.
No.
Because people get crazy drunk
but
there.
it is, and it's also weird
everyone needs recovery
like,
in there.
Go in, because you go in and it's just, I don't know. I was there like a month ago or something, and what happened was it was my fault, but I got too high. I hadn't smoked for like a month. And then I got like
being in there high.
Yes,
bitch.
Well, because I was like, this is gonna be funny. But then it was like my tolerance was like fully reset. Yeah. And my friend's like mom gave me like weed as like a gift. It's a lot. So and I didn't even like look at the percentage, and it was like a crazy high percentage that I've like would never even touch.
Horrible.
And so I just like had a couple of hits and then I went inside and I was with, of course, my girlfriend, her entire family, aunt, uncle, like everybody. Oh, no. And then we walked in and then we're standing in the lobby and you have to like dress up too. And so then we walk in and then all of a sudden I was like, it's kind of hot in here, right? Like there's
and also it is really fucking hot.
It was hot. And then I was like, I think I'm gonna, and I just like could tell I was gonna like have a panic attack and start crying. So I was like, I'm gonna go outside for a second. So then I like went outside and I just like stood in this little roped area. And then this like bouncer was like, hey, you can't. And I was just like, and then he's like, oh, take your time. It's fine. Like whatever you need. And then, yeah, Maddie came out and got me and she's like, are you okay? I was like, I don't know. I think I got too high. And then she's like, okay, so this is really bad timing, but they won't seat us unless the whole group is.
No, stop. That is so bad. That's so bad.
And sit at like literally like a 12 top with her whole family. And I was just like shaking.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah. And then,
oh my God.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. And then her uncle started doing magic tricks at the table. He's not a magician and doesn't work for the Magic Castle.
Good.
No, he literally started pulling scarves out of his like,
because he's trying to get he's trying to get scouted.
Literally,
he was like, check this shit out.
I'm like, this is not America's Got Talent. You need to.
I had a Lyft driver who was he got kicked out of the Magic Castle and he was telling me how competitive it is. He's like, you got no fucking idea what I went through. And he's like, I'm trying to get back in. He's like, every time I drive by it, just makes me a little emotional. And I was like,
because there's probably only one place.
Yeah,
like there's not even like.
Well, this is like critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
And like you can't not just
it's the top tier.
Like you can't even just like buy your way into being a member. It's not like Soho House. Like you have to like be like a magician has to like recommend you too. It's like
what a dark
fuck.
It's
so dork city. Okay, we're fucking 45 minutes and we gotta get into these.
There's one that I really need Cara to read.
Yeah, please.
God.
Okay,
we're gonna go longer today, and we're gonna have a long Patreon.
But did you think that everybody there dressed like when you walked in, were you like, wait, am I at Medieval Times?
Yeah,
why is that? Why? Yes, so many guys with like long ponytails and capes. I was like, I did not know so many people had capes.
So then there's like magic rooms, and then there's like magicians that are sitting on couches, like, anyone want to see a trick?
Yeah,
and you're like,
oh no, it is like you walk into a phone booth, and then there's like a witch,
and then there's like a 12-year-old and the 16-year-old's like in the basement and like just sitting alone. He's like, I've been waiting for you all night.
Did you see El Ropo?
What?
The guy.
I gotta go.
You missed out by not coming with us, bitch. It was crazy. I know. And then we go and sit at this like weird little bar, and then he like locks the gate. And I'm like, wait, let's open that. Okay. He's like, what's your name? Check this out. And I'm like, oh. And it's like a keychain with a card with a name on it. And then he's like over here, and then all of a sudden there's like an orange coming out of his dick, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting it.
He's coming and he's coming and he's coming.
No, well, it was coming out of a cup right by his dick. But anyways, so I need to go to the psych ward after going there, and the title of this is "I'm Back with a Psych Ward Story." Plus a bonus story.
I'm back.
Is that why you asked me if I could read? Because you're
I just wanted to make sure that you could read.
So fucking ignorant.
Okay.
Is this how you take all your photos?
You wish.
Okay, read the fucking story.
Oh my God. Should I say the name and all that, or just
no. We keep it anony.
Oh, anony. Okay. Hey, good girl, Gabby and Heavenly Harper-Rose. Aww. I sent in the story about how I ended up in the psych ward for a bit. Thank you for reading that story. And even though my mom and stepdad caused me a bit of psychological and emotional damage, I made the decision a long time ago to not continue the pattern of bringing harm to others and instead try to show compassion and patience when dealing with difficult people and situations. Okay? There's so much trauma being spread and I don't want to be a part of it. Admirable. Anyway, I don't remember a lot from my time in the psych ward, but I do remember the people I met. When I first arrived, I remember meeting a girl around my age. Let's call her Heather. Is her name actually Heather?
I hope it is.
Her name's Leather. Who was really welcoming and kind. Heather was 15, 16 at the time, had been homeless for some years. Oh my God, for some years, and she's 15. Living in different parts of Vegas, doing heroin with some questionable people. She'd been sexually assaulted and raped by her dad when she lived with her parents, so she chose to run away instead of dealing with that. I shared a room with her while we were there, and she would always wake up in the middle of the night screaming at the top of her lungs to the point where they had to restrain her to her bed a few times and sedate her. I'm sure that helped with her trauma. When it came time for my release, I cried because there was no way for us to keep in contact and she had no phone or anything, so saying goodbye to her was hard. Another person I met while there, let's call him Paul, his name was Saul, was, well, that's what I do when I'm saying someone's name on stage, was sent there for his anger issues. I'd already been there for a week, and when he arrived, they had 4 big dudes restrain him and also sedated him because he was pissed and yelling at his parents for taking him there. He was kept in solitary confinement for a day or two. Then he was finally able to socialize with the rest of us. We learned that Paul was actually a chill dude. He was 6'2" and a husky motherfucker, but a gentle giant.
Okay.
That's actually how people describe me. Paul had lost his temper at home and was in a screaming match with his dad, so they sent him there to get medicated and diagnosed. I didn't see him lose his cool the rest of the time there. Jesus Christ. It was such a surreal experience being there. Not only were there kids my age, but there were toddlers and kids between the ages of 3 and 8 years old there too. In another
in the
wing.
psych ward?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
well,
they have it.
can't,
They have
like,
I learned that when my cousin went. They have like levels.
They have for 3-year-olds?
Like a pediatric. Well, it's like parents, can't. I mean, this is what they said. They're just sending them there so that they can have a security guard inject them with something. Oh. In another wing, there were adults too who were heavily medicated and walked around like zombies. I don't know why there were young kids there, but it made me really sad for them. Yeah. Sorry it wasn't very interesting. What? That was interesting, but I wanted to send in what I experienced. Wouldn't want to go there again. Bonus story. I've been listening to the old Patreon episodes, and in one of them, y'all read a story about some girl getting fisted and asked if anyone has been fisted and actually likes it. The answer for me is yes, all caps. Harper, did you write this?
No!
I have been and do
You're nasty for that.
enjoy getting fisted. I can reach climax to both stimulation and penetration. That's a fun way for me to orgasm.
Lucky
it
you.
doesn't loosen me up either because I stay doing pussy exercises. I love this queen. Would never do anal though. That's an exit only. Love you, ladies.
What's happening?
That was a lot.
Now that was a roller coaster.
Now, what would you diagnose this person with?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What would you
diagnose this person that
Yeah.
like this?
Complex
Oh.
PTSD.
Complex PTSD. Well, they didn't really say. I mean, basically, I don't think I would diagnose them. They said basically that they have a mom and a stepdad causing them all this damage, and then now they're saying that they want to be more compassionate and not. They sound like they sound like a lot of people. They sound like they're being gaslit. I would diagnose them with being gaslit.
Okay,
because they're going around saying like, I don't want to like
Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, can we get into that, Gypsy? But our
favorite girl.
Hey boy,
she's
but
pregnant.
yeah, it sounds like that's what that reads to me as, like that they are being abused. Like I don't think it's a diagnose, like that these people are treating them terribly, and then they're the person that's like, I can do better. I should be more compassionate to others. And it's like, they should do better, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were in the psych ward for.
I don't either, but
I don't know.
Good to know that there are children in there.
Good to know that there were children
and
in
good
there.
to know that she enjoys a good fisting.
Oh my God.
At
least they found that.
But I thought that was interesting. She said, fisting, gimme. Anal, you fucking better not.
Yeah.
You better not.
Yeah.
Well, because it feels like not the same.
Right.
You would know, right?
Oh, so.
And I guess you're right about that.
That's actually crazy.
And I guess you're right about that.
But
I can't stop thinking about how you diagnosed me with a learning disability, because that is also very true.
Well, I also have my master's in education, and so I mean, we
tell
could
that
go
I'm a
through
full-
your IEP, but yeah.
So you can tell that I'm a full-on fucking retard?
No, you wish. You just want us to like bash you. Okay, stop. Okay, get to the story. I can't with you.
Wait, now this is an interesting one. And at first I didn't want to read this guy's story because he's a reply guy in my DMs. I never open his DMs because he's always
not you saying
me,
this.
Yeah. So I see your DMs, and I would say your full name, but I'm not going to do that. But I see you DMing me constantly. I don't respond because it's scary.
It's a lot.
It's scary engaging with people that are constantly in your DMs, and because it's the parasocial relationship, they think that you know you.
So but this can go on for years. It's kind of
This guy sent me a DM and he's like, I sent you a story, and when he said this, I was like, I'm not going to read it. But then I opened up the email and I said, well, you know what, I am going to read it.
Okay.
So this is to the guy that's in my DMs who sent a and all of the DMs now make a lot of sense after receiving this email.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
I got a sedation shot.
Oh,
hello. Male listener with schizophrenia here. First line, I'm out of the gates. I'm like,
already I'm hooked though.
Yes. Yeah. So all of his DMs now make sense. And he's a nice one. There are a lot of people in my DMs that are so fucking mean.
Oh God.
I'll read you one of the ones that I got earlier. I showed it to her. But all of these people that do this are there's something so deeply wrong. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
But thank you. This guy's sweet.
And now it's adding up. Okay.
Okay. So he's schizophrenia. I was diagnosed December 2019.
Oh, all right.
I hallucinated my 2 dead friends and aunt in 2017. Christmas Carol with the 3 ghosts and shit. My hell. Moving on. I was in the loony bin for a week in 2018. I didn't want to say I hallucinated ghosts because that's what crazy people say. Well, a real reality twist that I struggled to grapple with. Who the fuck wouldn't? While in the loony bin, it was the first night and I tried to escape. I don't know why. I just remembered pressing the door to exit and it not opening. Pressing a door that won't open.
Like that.
It'd be like that. Pressing a door that won't open every time that happens is a loony bin flashback, LOL.
Wait, that's actually funny.
No, that is.
Every time that, like, we're just like trying to get out of an office building and you can't open, and then you have to press that like red button. You're like,
and you're like, I've been here before. Yeah.
Fucking full girl
and then
interrupted.
The Christmas Carol.
No, he's funny hog. You should let some chuckles out because this is actually good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's getting triggered when he can't get out of a building. The nurses sit me down by the phone, gave me meds to swallow and settle down. I thought these bitches are trying to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a gunman over there.
Oh.
Okay. I flick the back of my throat. Like a punching bag.
What?
And puke that shit up.
Oh my God.
The water they gave me is probably poison too.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so he's in it.
Yeah.
Our guy's in it.
So he's tapped in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the nurses, I told her, why can't I trust you? I knew she was in on it with the gunman. So the gunman and the nurse are against this guy. They're giving him poison. Yeah.
Okay.
I call my mom, dad, and sister at 2 a.m. when this is happening, leaving voicemails like, I got to get out of here because there's a gunman.
Mm-hmm.
I might have been crying. How pathetic.
Oh.
I mean, here's the thing. If there was a gunman, you crying about it is not pathetic.
Yeah.
That's a reason to cry.
Yeah.
But I like that you were about to go off, and then Cara said, "Oh," and then you switched it.
Yeah. No. You know what I'm awing at is that I feel the with no context of like this person. I just feel like how scary that has to be to feel those, like, have those thoughts or have those visions, and then like have awareness sometimes, like be lucid, and then other times not. And then it's also like
terrifying.
There is a rational basis for all these things. Anxiety about a gunman,
right?
Nurses notoriously not that friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or like mean girls from your high school.
People drugging people. Like that shit does happen.
It's
like
all
we literally
in reality.
Right. But then there's just like a little
what's cute. It's kind of like how QAnon, it's like it starts 100%. Kind of somewhere and then turns into
Wait,
this.
pause. Have you guys been hearing the conspiracies about Diddy? About how, so he was just arrested, and everyone on TikTok is like, that's a lizard, that's what actually did.
Oh no.
And they're like, look at the moles aren't right. They're like, this is a clone because his jet was just seen being tracked.
Okay, so everybody's schizophrenic. Everybody's having some kind of manic.
They're like his jet was just flown to the Caribbean islands, and this guy that was taken in, he looks off, like his jaw's too small, and everyone's they're like, this is duty, this isn't Diddy. Like,
like, oh, I didn't see that conspiracy theory. I mean, I've been down I've been seeing just I don't know. I think ever since it switched from like Twitter to X, I'm now like my feed is really fucked. It's very like there's normal, and then there's like interspersed kind of like Fox News, like scary people. But like there are a lot of kind of like Diddy and like parallels of Epstein, and then like
everyone's going off
list, and
and then some of my friends are like, they're like big lawyers on TikTok, and so they were like, all right, let's unpack the case. And I said, okay, let me strap in for this 10-minute thing. And like they were saying that because now I'm forgetting the exact name of it, but like these people that are investigating him, they're like his house in Miami and in LA got raided. Yeah. And they're like, oh, well, because like these people are raiding it, it's because like there's like ample proof that children were being smuggled across like state lines. And so like this is pretty legitimate. And
was it children? Is this what was happening?
It's for child sex trafficking.
Right.
And then there's all these videos of like him, and like Usher was saying on like in an interview that like Diddy was doing some weird shit to him. And then there's
videos of him and Bieber are really, really scary.
That would put me in the psych ward.
Videos like Bieber when he literally is like, I don't know. He doesn't look. Maybe he looked like he was like 12 or like 11.
Very young.
And he's like, why don't you come hang out with me anymore? Like, why aren't you sleeping over?
And
why
he's
aren't you
so
doing
uncomfortable
this?
in the video.
And
he's like, I just don't know.
Like smiling and like, and like, so it's like, that fucked up shit. I mean, we
Beebs
know.
Has been traumatized. Like
but it's just wild how all this pedophilia is coming out. And another episode of Quiet on Set has actually just been.
Wait, did it drop?
No, it's coming out April 3rd or something.
Oh, wait, so it's not done yet?
No, because like they're like, something just came out. We're having another episode. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's supposed to end on the 4th.
Because the Drake guy's going to talk more.
Well, they have a new person.
Oh, which they didn't really... You watched all the episodes and everything?
Yeah.
They didn't really get too much into like all the allegations against him, which I found
But his court case is public. They never met in person. And because I like this girl, like, don't worry, I didn't do it TikTok, but this girl like went through the entire video and he never met up with her in person. She was lying about her age. Now he was having an affair on his wife because he was like flirting with her. And the second that she said her age, apparently that's when he was like, okay, fuck no.
Really?
And then Yeah, and and then she would go to meet and greets, but he didn't know this was the person that he was texting. And she would the only times they were ever together was when she would pay to go to his meet and greets.
So everybody belongs in the fucking psych ward.
Yes,
is what we're hearing. Okay, hold on.
I don't even know, what is the psych ward doing? They're just sedating people, and they're having people that are like being paid minimum wage that are just big, tackle little kids on the ground and people that are like suffering. Yeah. And then they are paranoid. And it's like, you're not paranoid. You're literally trapped. Yeah. You're being tackled to the ground and someone's putting an injection. You're like against your will. Yeah. And then you can't get in touch with anybody.
And you have a random ass roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
and
also
you're having
so traumatized.
Yeah. Okay. And you're having like a break.
So this guy, so we have to get back to schizophrenic guy. He's crying.
Oh, wait, not me thinking we finished.
No, we didn't finish. So there's a gunman and he's crying. Remember how pathetic.
Okay.
So the other nurse that has my trust issues gives me the shot. Because the gunman and the untrustworthy bitch ass nurse made her give me the shot. So the gunman is telling the nurse, give him the shot.
Oh, right. I see. Okay.
My last memory before the next day, he was actually hiding to muscle my ass at the door and for the other nurses to feel safe. Mm-hmm. He wasn't the problem. I was. Just a misunderstanding. And I think I only puked up half the oral meds and got a full sedation shot.
Oh, fuck.
I was out for a while, and the way they talked to me after was like I got too many night-night drugs but made it through. You were out for quite some time, they said the next day. God bless this reality. First time sender. Love the pod.
Whoa.
Now, I don't know what the fuck just happened in that story, but I am scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I am scared.
I feel like that is happening all over the fucking place, though.
Yes.
That's like how our society deals with it. Like, people are like, I need help.
Yeah.
like, great, let's call the cops and have them pull their fucking guns on you.
No, it's so fucked.
Or put you in a locked psych ward and not treat you like a human. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
God, we have so many guys. We have so many fucking.
Oh yeah, let me give you your iPad back. I know. So fucking Harper started to shake with those witch nails when I took the iPad away.
Okay, not the witch nails.
Do you read on that? Is that your Kindle? Is that your Kindie?
You are actually.
Or are you a hard copy girl? You go to the library.
I have both because I'm insane. Okay, wait. No, not this one.
It's so cute with the little double iPads.
This is Patreon.
You guys need to get like a day pass at one of these pools in WeHo, post up on the roof.
You think so?
Yeah. Read your little book, read your little kindies. Adult children of emotionally immature. I have to, oh my God.
Is it different than adult children of alcoholics?
Mm-hmm.
Different.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they have pictures. Aww. First time writing in. Okay. Oh wait, the subject line, the poop bin psych story.
Yeah.
I'm in. First time writing in, the incident occurred at a halfway house for women recovering from eating disorders, post-psych hospital. Okay, that's probably lit.
Lit.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
women,
cunty. That's cunty.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right? That's powerful. There were 8 girls at a time in 2 rooms, all on bunk beds. So it's a hostel.
Okay.
We had
okay. Yeah.
Cute.
Reading between the lines.
Sounds like when I went to Reykjavik. Fucking 12 bunk beds. Okay. Beautiful city. Couldn't afford anything. We had a therapy dog that lived with... we had a therapy dog that lived with us, and we would... Easy, cat queen. We had a therapy dog that lived with us, and we would take turns each day walking her and tossing her poop into a large garbage bin that was only for poop waste. Okay.
Okay.
One girl, let's call her Elena, was... Sorry. I'm just dying because I know these names are like literally one letter names.
Yeah, they're literally. Her name is Helena.
Let's call her Elena. Yeah, was severely unhinged, and all the other girls were kind of suspecting that she was lying about her symptoms. She was the youngest girl there, and no one trusted her because we had caught her lying so many times.
This is for eating disorders, right?
Mm-hmm. So they're in a like hiding shit, or Another girl, Katie. Oh, probably real name. Another girl, Katie, was financially broke, but had gotten a discount on a refurbished laptop that became her prized possession and only means of applying for work to find a job post-treatment. Oh, I'd be fucking hiding that shit if I was in there.
Really?
Hiding my laptop. Yes, so somebody didn't fucking take it or bash it as like retaliation.
I guess you're right. Yeah, look at you thinking ahead.
I'm acting like I've been in prison for 500 years. Okay. I'd absolutely hide that. Okay. The second morning after Katie bought the computer, she could not find it anywhere. Thank you.
Look.
She was creating chaos in the house the entire day, accusing everyone and especially Elena of stealing it. We thought, quote, Katie's overreaching. She just misplaced it somewhere because she was losing things all the time. We looked for it all day and she basically tore the house apart. Damn. That night, Katie had one more place to check. even though it made absolutely no sense. Katie found her laptop nearly at the bottom of the therapy dog's huge poop bin. Yeah, that was retaliation, as I said. Elena definitely put the computer in the poop bin, and Katie was furious but had no way of proving who did it. That's why we all need to be wearing body cams. I attached a photo of Elena. Oh my God. I attached a photo of Elena, and the second photo, Katie, is the one in all black. Love you, honk, so fucking much. So appreciative of what you do. Damn.
God fucking damn.
So took her prized possession and put it in the bottom of the poop bin.
For what though? For nothing. Just because she had a computer.
No, I mean, I think as like, because she's been like fucking around with people, right? Like, I mean, well,
it sounds like there was a lesson to be taught.
One girl, I mean, Elena is the one that was all the one that's lying. Katie got the laptop. Yeah, Elena's the one who did it. I think because she was just like, fucked up, or maybe she was pissed off because she ate her Go-Gurt, or she accused her of some other shit.
There's a lot of politics that were going on.
Or whatever the fuck. Yeah, she sat on her chair, or changed the channel, or whatever. Like, that's girl interrupted shit.
In the ward,
right?
Oh, heavy on that. In the ward, it's very much like eye for an eye type shit. And
in the ward.
In the ward.
On the yard.
The ward is fun.
I know.
The ward is
okay,
fun.
No, because we're actually going to guest star there.
Well, okay.
Really?
Yeah, we are. If I ever shoot a special, it'll be at the psych ward.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have a captive audience.
I would. Wouldn't
I didn't look at the camera. I looked at the crowning on the wall.
We have a really short one from a nurse. So,
okay.
Oh, great.
And then we're going to read the rest on Patreon, you guys.
Now the nurse is going to
I'm
get
a
mad at me.
Patreon honk currently doing rounds at the psych hospital. Y'all legit helped me decompress while in nursing school. Thank you. Quick fun fact I learned yesterday. No tampons are allowed in the women's ward. Did you guys know this?
No, I didn't actually.
You want to
Can
hear
guess
why?
Why?
Let's guess though. Oh wait, did you
Okay,
already say?
No, guess.
Well, I think it's obvious.
What?
So people don't take the string and try to hang themselves.
Oh, and like make like a bunch of little... But that's not going to be heavy enough.
Close.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Soak it with something?
No, okay.
Put it in their pussy?
Women have attempted and sadly committed suicide by putting the tampon applicator in the back of their throat.
Oh.
Inserting
Okay,
the
so you're
I
cotton.
should have made a joke.
Okay.
I was like imagining like Stuart Little with like a little, I don't know.
Okay, and why did I take it so serious? I was like, okay,
I know,
so you're
so you
ripping
cut
off the string.
Yeah.
And then you're making a thicker... Okay. But look at it.
Yeah.
I do have depression.
The cotton goes in the esophagus, and as it gets wet from the saliva, it naturally expands and causes asphyxiation.
Damn.
Sorry for the darkness. I'm near numb to it now, but when you want to go, you will find a way.
I mean, that's very true.
Isn't that
that's such a painful,
so gnarly?
Yeah.
I never would have thought of that.
No.
That's so gnarly.
That's horrific.
But aren't they like, isn't there cameras literally everywhere?
So someone in my family was in the ward, and when I visited them,
the ward, like there's one. This is not a book.
It is the ward.
No,
it's
in the old ward. And when I went to visit them, there were no cameras in the room that I saw.
Oh,
but maybe they were hidden.
Well, not that you saw, of course. No, there's definitely cameras everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
There has to be.
Yeah, because they're like, I mean, isn't that like the whole point?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean,
they're hidden.
Right.
I guess so, but I mean, like, it's like concrete walls. Like, I just didn't see like where that, I mean, yeah, but I guess, but they had chalkboards because it was for young people. But yeah.
Yeah, kids go in there. That's,
yeah, that's when I learned. Yeah.
God, there's so many.
There's some kids that probably do have like really serious like mental illness that's already popping up, and they like do need intervention. But then a lot of times, if it's like a little kid that's showing all these symptoms, it's usually when you think the parents.
Yeah. Or
if they're little kids, you think of the parents.
That the kid is acting out. Like, how and why is this little kid? Like, yeah, there are people that have like things going on, but like, why are they acting out so much? What do you think is fucking at? You think this 5-year-old is a sociopath, or do you think that the people that are like in charge of them and birth them are?
Have you guys
usually
seen,
oh, sorry.
Well, the thing on TikTok with the woman who like she like starved and like murdered her son, but what was the deal with that? And she's like,
it was a baby, right?
No, he was a teenager.
Oh, then this is a different one that I saw. Because I saw the woman like kill her child.
The one who left on vacation for 10 days.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
This one was a grown kid, and she was like locking him in the closet and starving him.
God. Like a child called It.
Yeah.
And her whole thing was like, you guys don't know what evil children are like. He was evil from the day he was born.
Internal, like hating themselves, like turning it out on themselves. Like, what do you think is a higher likelihood?
Right.
Because here's the thing. There are instances like that, but then it's like, okay, then why would you not call if he's like, if you're feeling that unsafe in your home with your spawn.
And even siblings, they weren't like that.
Right. Then I'm like, why would you not, I don't know, call the police then if you really feel that in danger? Also, like locking him in closets and doing this and that, that's extremely abusive.
Protecting yourself is different than abusing somebody else. Yeah, there's parents that are like, I don't fucking know what to do. They're out of and they do call the police. They do institutionalize them or something. That is like a lot of it different than oh well, I didn't know what to fucking do. That sounds like somebody that should be in jail.
I wonder too what it is like, what like kind of personality traits the kids that are ending up in the psych ward are displaying. Like what kind of off traits are they like?
A lot of it is suicide ideations.
Right.
And then
like
also
3 and 5-year-olds, like what are they doing that end?
I think like tantrums that you like can't even like
horrifying tantrums.
Imagine. Yeah. Like deep, like really, really bad, like uncontrollable behavior where like physically
where it's really scary.
Yeah, like attacking the other kids or like the dog in the house or like throwing, like bashing their head on the wall.
It's often animal abuse too. Like when it's that young, it's animal abuse. And then like they're like this one kid, again, it was like, I need to get off the track, but like there's like this one fucking kid that was like taking like the wood on his, he was like trying to like get off like, why can I not say, breaking off like parts of his crib or his like little like container and like jabbing himself with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like really like it's like self-harm. Intense, self-destructive self-harm.
But with that, do you think that it has something to do with the parents or it really is just
it could be like genetic or the parent. I mean, it's probably like all of these different things,
and
right?
Then like, there is the very small amount of children that are just unfortunately born with a bad set of cards.
Yeah, they're totally like there are kids that there's like there are. It's rare, but there's kids that are like maybe they're gonna grow up and then they have like manic depressive issue. It's like totally untrue. It's showing really early, or schizophrenia, or these things. But I don't know. But when they're acting like that out of control, like I get why that would be so scary, and you'd have to put yourself in a place to like protect your other kids and protect them, so that they're not fucking like bashing or doing all these things.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean you start abusing them. That's like that's a big jump.
Yeah,
that's really fucking scary. But yeah, I feel like there's all kinds of shit that's going on. And I go back to the truth teller thing. I think that's why so many people, like so many kids end up like, I'm sure like if you ever talk to a psychologist on here, it's like they would say that like the kids that get brought in, it's like because they're acting out the shit or they're telling people what's going on in the family. So that's like gaslighting them. Like they're a problem, they're this. And it's like, well, what are you doing, bitch?
Right.
Like, how did your 11-year-old like happen to be like that? Like, you think your 11-year-old is suicidal for no fucking reason?
Right.
I don't, probably not. Right. And then like they're being brought in and then nobody's talking to Ding and Dong over here.
Not Ding and Dong, yeah. Nobody is talking to Ding and Dong.
No, and
nobody wants to.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's painfully true.
Right.
It is.
No,
like,
literally.
But that shit happens. And like, and then you just get like gaslit. It's like start like a fuck. It's like scary when you see it. It's like just like try to like break down their credibility or like
well, right. And that's often why kids are acting out in that way too. Because like when there's something going on at home, then kids are like they don't really know how to articulate.
Right. Or they can't, and then they start and then it's like, oh, this kid's
they'll do
like,
things for a sense of control. Like I used to be a little klepto, and my parents got me. They looked under my bed one time, and I would steal from the store just like constantly. It was like in like second grade or something, or third grade, and then my parents like looked under my bed one day, and they pulled me out of school, and my mom brought me to the police station, and I got taken into a back room, and I found out later my mom asked the officer to do this because I was like, oh,
to try to like scare straight you.
Yes.
That's why you're straight, or that's why you were for like a number of years.
Yeah, and living in fear, and I love that. But yeah, and
that's crazy. Like, that's crazy.
But I was talking to a therapist in my adult life, and I was like, I sometimes like think back about that, and it's like a really deep wound of like low self-esteem for me because I'm like, why? Oh shit! I was like, why the fuck was I doing that? That's so fucking weird. She's like, oh, because she's like, did you have a volatile home? I was like, oh, extremely.
Right.
She's like, was it abusive? I was like, yeah. She's like, great. She's like, well, you're trying to control something in your little kid brain. Yeah. You're like, oh, this is what I can do.
Totally.
And like,
that's where a lot of eating disorder shit happens too. Like the only thing you can kind of like control or like have like a small amount of like control over it, like makes a lot of sense.
It's interesting to see the way that it comes out. Like for you that it's like kleptomania, for other kids it's like eating disorder stuff, the way that like our brains like internalize these like home issues.
Yeah. And like, and different kids in the same family will like act out in different ways.
So interesting.
Right? Like, or something like one of them will be like perfectionist, straight A's, like everything. And then the other ones, exactly.
Loser.
Well, it's like the thing of like twins, like you have like twins and then like their dad's an alcoholic and then one of them sees that and they're like, I will never fucking drink. Like I will never do that to myself or other people. And the other one's like, that's all that I know.
Yeah.
Right.
And
it's familiar.
They, like, do that. Yeah.
Okay, wait, you guys, we're going to continue this on Patreon.
We'll have a long Patreon too. We have so many stories.
Yeah.
So many.
I just touched it. Okay.